Good morning. Welcome to Trading with Goals. So this entire sector, we had talked about it, and the event that MSTR is still post-year, coin is also post-year, and we are headed into the halving event in April. And I'd mentioned that this happens every 4 years, and sometimes you'd have coin running up to the event. So we have MSTR that has never retested the 1315 way back in 2020. This level has never been retested. So if you're seeing the MSTR doing those huge gaps, you just need to go and see the previous candles, the gaps it was filling, like here, this gap, and then here from 664, 644, it went all the way to 1300. This is a weekly chart. This is 1 week. So in 1 week, MSTR went from 628 all the way to 1315. So if you're seeing the same huge gaps it's doing, it means it did the same thing when it was headed down, when it was headed up to 1315. That's when Bitcoin almost hit 70,000. So this is a good opportunity. So MSTR and coin, it is buying every dip. Every time it dips, you get in. Every time it dips, you get in, or you can buy time. Those people who can afford to buy, you can buy calls all the way into April, that event, so that all these pullbacks may not affect you, or every time it pullbacks, you can buy. So it has room. We still have room to go to 1315. And we had looked at the 30 levels for swing. It has broken. Yeah, it has broken the 30 levels today. So this was but I'd given you guys the level. The next level is 1013. I don't know if CPR, we have CPR here, or you can use the other FIBXT. So there's so many, I don't think there's anyone who has trouble finding levels. There's so many indicators for levels. So I don't think anybody should be having problems with levels. This is 4J. So we have 969. It has hit 957 pre-market, 951 or 957. So we have 969 and then 1024. The good thing with this 4J, it keeps updating. It keeps updating depending on the time frame you're looking at. So like here, the daily, it was going to 890.94. So this was broken. 4 hour. So we have 4 hour, we have 990 and then 1056. So if we break this 990, we have 1056. Okay. So just keep, and also if you're taking notice of the daily chart yesterday, so finally we had already a change of character. All these two candles were broken and we closed above it. So when you're closing above the previous lower high candle, that's a sign of a strong change of character. And that's why we had this move continuing here. We broke this previous high. So I'd said when you have a strong change of character, you can trade the same stock for 3 days. So this was a good play when we had this change of character here. This was on Monday. Then it was a good play on Tuesday, and it's still for up to three days. So we opened high, we had a shallow pullback, that was yesterday, and then now we are going to open higher than this. So 3 days you're trading the same stock after you have a strong change of character. Okay, I hope you guys remember that. So, and coin. Now, MSTR also pulls back hard. So it can be a good stock for scalping when it's pulling back, because it pulls back hard. Okay. So this coin, since IPO, it has never gone back to this level, 427. So we have lots of room. We have lots of room for it to go up. It has never gone back to this level. This was the IPO high when it was open. Then it dropped. Lower high, 370, then broke support. All the way it went almost becoming a penny stock. And then it started going back up. So we've broken all these previous highs. It's been long since we saw coin above 200. So now we're above 200. The same thing, if it was filling those gaps. So we have here 207, which is broken. So now we are looking at this 368. If it filled these gaps going down, we have here 281 and then 368. If it filled this gap going down, it will fill the same gap going up. Okay. So the halving is on, which is the date? I gave you guys the date. So as we head to that date, that's how Bitcoin, I mean, everybody is anticipating that. People are probably stocking on Bitcoin so that when the halving happens, they have more. Is it a Bitcoin? Do you call shares or what? They have more Bitcoin. If I posted articles if you want to read on how the halving happens and if you want to understand more about it. So the reason we are having this kind of moves is we are having a lot of buying pressure. So it's driving these stocks to go up. And we know we have too many billionaires and millionaires who are buying Bitcoin. This is not run by, the reason these stocks are going up is because of Bitcoin. And this is not done by retailers. So Bitcoin is going, we are right now at 60. Oh, does it? Almost 60,000. Okay. So this is not run by small people. The reason those stocks are going is because Bitcoin is going up and there's a lot of buying pressure. So we have maybe people who are stocking up so that when halving happens, they have more Bitcoin. It's like Walmart when it did split. So that's what happens for Bitcoin. They do halving. Okay. So that's for Bitcoin stocks. Okay. So SPY and QQQ, we still had low volume yesterday. And if you see, look at the daily chart. Now the 4 hour is going sideways. I'm sure this is squeezing. I don't know what happened to my... So QQQ, it must be squeezing on some time frame. Yeah, on the 1 hour it's squeezing. We're just going very tight pattern. We are just going sideways. Very tight range. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? So today is 4 days is just going sideways and squeezing. So a move is coming. The move can be bullish or bearish. Sometimes I don't know when the more you're going sideways, the weaker sometimes that bullish move becomes. But I'm anticipating for us to get a pullback before we go up, but it can be going up also. If we are opening above 420, have we hit 428? Yeah. If it stays above 428 to 425, so this was the last support when it pulled back on Friday 21st. So we need it to be above 428 to 425. Okay. But if we break below 428, then we're looking at it going to 425 and probably retesting this 421. Now, when you're having low volume, you're anticipating, so we've been getting sideways. Sometimes here, I don't know, this was a V or a low V. We've been getting those either sideways or V or inverted V, because that's what you get from low volume. So if nothing happens, we're still gonna get that sideways, but the end result for low volume is supposed to be a bullish trend, but we can also get a whole day trending down. When we get that whole day trending down, then we know it's followed by, most cases usually followed by a whole day trending up. So if that is what we'll get today, a whole day trending down, then there's a possibility we have a turnaround and get a whole day trending up on, today is Wednesday, on Thursday, and the move, today is the last day. We always have a dramatic end of the month. So I don't know, I don't know, this February is ending on 28th. So let's see what dramatic end we're gonna have to this February. We still didn't get a lot of bearish trend in the months of February like we usually do. We just had a few pullbacks here and there. So we want to see what the month of March we're gonna get, because most stocks are just overbought. Which indicator is this? Or stochastic? So here it's slightly in there, in between. So we either can go up or we can go down. It's right there, just below the 50. So it can go either direction. So we now have two inside bars. We know what follows. Every time we have an inside bar, if it's only two inside bars, then we can anticipate the bullish move to continue. But if we get another inside bar, it makes the trend weak. So you're seeing like here, we had one inside bar, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, then we had a huge gap down for a pullback. So the inside bars are only supposed to be two. More than that, it's weakening the trend. You can go back and see previously, anytime a stock has two inside bars, what follows? If it's just one inside bar and then it goes on, that's a strong, the trend is strong bullish. It wants nothing to go to do with going down. But when you have like here, we had one, we had another one, 2, 3, 4, it makes that trend weaker, and there's a possibility of getting a pullback fast before you get a continuation.
Like I'll throw you where, like, I guess at the end it's her. You can just scan it to me. I'll show you where my name is.
Okay, so that's what you're seeing here. So now we have two inside bars. And any other stock you're seeing this week, NVIDIA also, I think NVIDIA 2 inside bars. Yeah, so we have 2 inside bars. If we get another inside bar, then it means we should be looking more at a pullback before the trend continues. The more inside bars you have, the more it makes the previous trend become weaker. But if we're only getting 2 inside bars and then we get a move up and we close above this, so we're looking at NVIDIA to close above 820, was it 824? Then we're looking at continuing up for the next 3 days. But if we get another inside bar and then another inside bar, then you should be getting a pullback the whole day trending down before we get a move going up. Okay, so any stock that gave us 2 inside bars, let's see, there's me. So we have NVIDIA and we have CRM. CRM only has 1 inside bar. So we want to see, and this one had given us here 3 higher highs. After this, it was going like kind of sideways. We had 1, 2, 3. Then we have an inside bar. Anytime you have a constriction, you anticipate something is going to happen. If it gives us another inside bar, and this one is reporting today. Ugh. Right. So whenever I'm looking at stocks that have inside bar or they're going to report earning, you're also looking at if it has a squeeze. So always look for potential stocks for those people who want to swing for ER. You're looking at if that stock has a squeeze. If not, then you're looking at proximity to the close. So this is away from the close. This is the monthly. When you're looking at earnings, you're looking at monthly. So this is away from the close. So, and it has not hit this ATR 311. Now you're also looking at if it's bullish from, if it hits this 311, what is the next ATR? We have 342. Then you look at history as CRM. So this is 311 to 342. That is what? That is 31, sorry. Yeah. 31 points. You go look at history. Does CRM move that way when it reports earnings? Does it make those 31 points move? Then it goes now to the daily chart and look at previous earnings. Does it make that move? So this was the previous year. Usually this is the next day when it opens. So this one went from 226 to 252. So that was 26 points. And here, 211, 228, then it closed at 224. So 211, that was what, 17 points. So you want to go and see if there's a possibility for it to do that kind of a move. If it's bullish and if it's pulling back, you're looking at what are the levels for it to go back to the 30 previous close. So previous close will be 281. So it's at 2899. So that's like what? 18 points. Then if it goes to the next ATR is 250. But the only stock, I told you guys on Sunday, the only stock that is giving me possible lot of move potential is ADSK. CRM and Workday, it can do the same thing. Sorry, CRM and Workday was the same way. It can do what Workday did. it pulled back slightly and then it started going up post ER. So we had this pullback and it still rejected the previous close. So if it's away, you want to see how many points is it from. So this one had not even touched the ATR level. So when it came down, how many points is it giving you to go back to the previous close? So this was 311 and then to go back to 291. So that's why it didn't give us a good gap down. It was good, but it was not that significant. And then it started moving up. I don't know if anyone took this gamble and if they made any money, because this is a recipe for IV crash when this happens like this. So we're still looking at workday because it rejected the previous close. So if it still stays above 291, there's a possibility it still wants to go up. I told you guys it's still bullish. We just needed a pullback. Now, CRM might do the same thing, but the only one I told you guys that is a potential for Lotto is ADSK. Okay, and you're seeing how it's those potential Lottos you can see. You see how this is moving? It's just it's brewing. Okay, so this is the only one now. Look at the proximity to the close right there. It is right there. It's not like a workday, it was away. CRM, it's away from the close. This is right there. So if it decides to go up, we have 253. The ATR level is 285. So that's about 32 points if it decides to go up. I don't know. The reason I'm so ish, I don't know how the contracts are, but sometimes these stocks can amaze you. They've never done that previously. And then the one time they just decide, maybe they have news or something. So ADSK calls. So the reason with a gamble, it can be both either way, not necessarily. So calls are still, you have to go away all the way out of the money. So 285. So if you're looking at a 280 call and it has no volume, 27 is 175. Really, no volume at all. I don't know. People don't like this stock. It is the volume you're seeing there is not like a stock that is headed for earnings. When is it reporting? Thursday, tomorrow. And then puts, yeah, puts are, so puts 221, can go to 221. Puts are not bad. Puts, we have a 240 is 265, still no volume. A 235 is 160. I don't know, but this has a recipe for being a lotto. It's proximity to the close, the way it's going sideways towards earnings. So that's the only one. The rest, CRM, workday, like I had said, it can do a zigzag, go up and then come down. That's what it gave us. Who else is reporting? Did Baidu report? So Baidu is reporting today. Let's see what I have for Baidu.
No, he's also reporting today.
Who?
No.
Ooh, now it's gonna be a lot of. But now contracts can be very expensive.
No.
No, now or what?
No, snow.
Oh, snow. Ah, it's snow. Snow is the same as CRM, and you see, it's away from the close. So I hope you guys have, as you do this again and again for those people who trade earnings, you can see the difference. The ones that are potential. So this one is away from the close. Okay, and it has not even touched the ATR 239. So you're looking at none of these, all these CRM, the workday snow, they're just giving me potential for going up and down. Then you're looking at history. So I don't know if this will be a good gamble, because if it goes back down to the close, we have 195. It's at 232. So that's what 37 points. It can do that. It can come down or it can continue up. I don't know. I don't know. So the ones I'm not sure, I'll just tell you I don't know. But ADSK is the only one. The rest, if you want to take a gamble, we know how snow behaves. It doesn't go that much for earnings. It hasn't done that for so long. You see, this previous earning, nothing happened. This one, we had a huge drop. This, I think they cut their guidance. That's way in May, and that's what we got this move. Here, we got this move down. So this was when it was bearish. Remember when CRM and Snow and Crowd, they were just dropping and dropping. But it's not a stock that gives you much for earnings. But right now, it's been bullish, it's overbought, and it's way away from the close. So those three, the only one, unfortunately, is ADSK, which is not a stock that usually does anything for ER, but that's the only one I have for Lotto. The rest, either look at the close, if the stocks, the options. If we look at the options, it can give us a first time for it. Is it going sideways? So you're looking for a squeeze. If there's no squeeze, proximity to the close. If it's not close, you see there's no squeeze on the daily. You look for a squeeze on the 4 hour. There's no squeeze. It's just going like that, like that. So options. So for puts, if you look at a 205 is 205. At a 200 put is 135. So you have to go way out of the money. Not unless you have money, but this, when the contracts are that high, there's a potential for IV crash. Now, if you look at the IV, it's 100 over 100%. So that means if that stock is going down, if it gets crashed, you will lose almost everything. For calls, I don't think they've done anything. I don't know. Calls are also ridiculous. Calls are, of course, it's ridiculous because it's been trending up. So you have to go all the way to like a 270 is 335. Okay, so some of these, if you look at workday, after it reported ER, the contracts, I don't know if they were crashed. So now if you're looking at, it's at 295, at 315 call, and there's lots of volume. I don't know what's wrong with the DSK. So these ones, when it reported earnings, the contracts, like this 315 call, it came from 1,249. It was crashed to $89. That's what I talk about when you want that IV crash. A contract being crashed from $1,200 to $89. So now it makes that strike price affordable. Okay, and that's what you don't want to be caught in when a stock is being IV crashed. So even if you buy in the money or out of the money, you will not make any money. You can imagine this one being crashed. You had a contract 1,200, then it's crashed to $89. So there are people who are, somebody was asking me what is IV crash. So that's the crash you're talking about. A contract, neither somebody who had calls nor the person who had puts made money, because that stock either dropped, and then when the market opened, it was going up. So even if it was going up, it didn't drive the calls up enough for it to move those contracts, and then you get that IV crash. So now calls for workday are reasonable. Like that contract post-TR, when it reported the next day, so from $89, it went to $320. That small move you guys saw for workday. So that's why I encourage you guys to play post-TR, because if there is a crash, even a small move, you see this small move, when it went from 292 to 304, it drove that contract from 89 to 320. Okay. And then this pullback, it went back down again to 140. So that's the crash I'm talking about. Why it makes it difficult to swing some of these contracts, because you want them to be cheaper. You want them to be IV crashed. So if you're gambling on snow and CRM, very risky. ADSK is still the same thing, but ADSK is the only potential for lotto. Okay, so given some stocks that are potential for lotto, because we still Wednesday, we still have time in the week. So MDB, okay, so it's still, MDB is also in those lists I gave you guys yesterday. I think I forgot it. We have this candle, this range candle, and it's going sideways. So if it decides it going up to break this level, 460, it's going up. Below this is going down. So MDB, BABA, and BABA until it breaks 88. So this one, we still have this level here, 78. So it's almost headed there. We want to see if it's going to break that level. But the key level it needs to be above is 88. So if it keeps on, I told you guys, March will be a better month for Chinese stocks. So BABA and Baidu is reporting earnings. So that can be a sympathy making the Chinese stock run. And now is also post potential lotto. Problem with now is sometimes the contracts have a large spread. Large spread. So that whole list, AI, somebody's asking me about AI. AI is also in that list, potential lotto. Sound, that one, who is asking? That's Mwangi. So AI is in that list. The whole list, I've posted that list in the daily top watch. So I don't have time to go through all of them. They are still, Workday is there, and post here, PanW is still there, AI is still there. This one is a penny stock, and it reported, I don't know if it's reported or it's reporting. ER. When is it? I think, when is it reporting? It should be reporting earnings. Yeah. So this is what we call run up to, this month goes to 29. So this is where you call a stock is running up to ER. Okay. So if this stock, do you see you're looking for squeeze, it's been squeezing for all this time, then it started running up. So if a stock has done squeezing on the daily, count at least minimum 9 days. For squeeze on the daily, you're anticipating, especially if it's starting from the bottom, the minute you have change of character, you can count at least 9 days. So here we had 3 days, then we had these 3 inside bars, then we had a change of character, and then we're seeing this move. So this can go on to ER. I don't know how long, for how far it can go. You can use the 30, and you see it was, I don't know if it was right there, proximity to the close. Any of these stocks, any stock you're looking at that is going to report earnings next week or next month or 2 weeks from now, you can catch this move when you look at where is it proximity to the close. You can catch the move before it happens. But if you're only waiting for the week off, you'll always be late. So all those stocks are listed there. SMCI is there, ARM is there, PanW, of course. We still haven't filled that gap. Okay, so they are all potential. We still have this gap to fill. So we broke this 316. We went to 327, then we closed like a double. We came to close to the same level. The same 316 here. So we want to see if it breaks, stays above this and closes. It needs to close above this 316 for it to give us hope to continue up to this level. PanW also had low volume. So all these stocks that are trending up and they had low volume, they're still telling you it's a look at me. Okay. So it hit 327 and then 307, but it closed to that same 316. So we want to see if it needs to be above that 316 for it to continue up. So Dennis, all these stocks that have been quiet, if you look at the squeeze, they've been squeezing for the daily. It's the same thing as that one, SOUN. Look, it's been squeezing on the daily. If it is headed to ER, like here, this one is reporting on the 15th, it has started the move before earnings. So if it is a strong bullish move, you're anticipating 9 days, at least 9 days if it continues like that. So now you're looking at the levels. Okay. Now this one has broken the 30 levels. If it is broken the 30 levels, because it was a small ATR, it just went, this one went from 15 to 52. I don't know if they had news or anything. So you're looking at either 4J levels, 4J, nothing. So look at, what do you call? Look at PHBXT, this level. This one will always give you levels extension, PHBXT. So any stock you're catching pre-ER and the move is happening, you're anticipating it's a move that is going up to earnings. Okay, so you're counting the days and then you're looking at the levels. That's all, nothing much. Because their stocks are not familiar with, I cannot tell you for sure this is what they will do. But that's what you're looking for on the daily, because they had this squeeze for so long. Look at this from December 2013, 2023, all the way to now, and it's even way longer. Okay, so those are the things you're looking out for. Any stock going to report ER, or a stock that has been dormant for months, especially these penny stocks, they can start like what we saw with CLSK. I know there's some other semiconductor stocks. No, not semiconductor. There are other, what do you call it? Bitcoin stocks that are penny stocks. they've been quiet for so long, so they can be taking advantage now. Okay. So this one, it has given us, we have this range candle, we have 1 inside bar, 2 inside bar, we have 3 inside bars. So we want to see today. So today it's either we're getting, if we are not going sideways again, we can either get a whole day trending down or a whole day trending up. That's why I say it's either we're going to hell or heaven, one of that. Okay. Any other question? So next week will be good because you'll have all those tech stocks that are post-ER, Snow, Workday, CRM, and then ADSK. Then Crowd is reporting, I think, is it next week? So tech stocks, SPY, that move, if this crowd broke this, but still closed below it. So we want it to close above it. So it's reporting next week. So we want to see the moves these tech stocks will do post-ER, and for crowd is before ER. So SPY, we need it above, so SPY has 2 inside bars, and you have this range candle. So 505, it's been bouncing off 505. So now we're looking, if it breaks 500, we have 497. If it breaks above these 5, it needs to be above 510. Is it 510? 508. Oh, it needs to be above 508. Then we can retest 510 to go higher. So any stock giving you 2 inside bars, that should be on top of your list. Okay, I just don't know which move we'll get first, either bearish trend or a bullish trend, but I'm more bearish. But if we stay above 508, then we're looking at going up. Okay. So if there are no questions, Ruth, sign us off.
Good morning, everyone. Let's make this money today, guys.
Yes, thank you.
All right.